Hey, what's going on YouTube? Rmmo25 here bringing you another game on the Pokemon trading card game online, and we are still going with Yeti Knows Roids. Yeah, and this time I'm going against the deck that everyone is trying to play right now, Aromatisse and friends. Yeah. Well, let's go and check the battle. Oops. Never mind about that music. Okay, my opponent will take the coin flip. He fails, so I decide if I want to go first. And I always want to go first, because either way, if my opponent is playing an evolution deck, it's much better for me to avoid getting that evolution. And the first thing I see is Covalion, and since I have been having so many Clink Clank matches lately, I'm scared because right here what I think is this annoying thing will be another Covalion Clink Clank deck, and since they run Covalion EX, I really need to get my Thunderous out as soon as possible, and that's what I'm going to do right here. I don't want my Cavalion to take any unnecessary damage, and that's why I will go for a safe end. And right here, I really don't think I will need to bench that Snorlax. At least not right now. I want to keep that thing for when Klinklang comes out, and there comes a Latias, and then there comes an Aromatisse, so I'm safe, I'm safe! This is not a Clink Clank deck, so that means I can play a little more to my heart content. And that's what I'm going to do right here. My opponent will Ultra Ball, and I really hate the new mechanic of Ultra Ball in PTCGO because you discard first, then you play the card, and that sometimes makes you think that things are going on that are not supposed to happen. But maybe that is just me. Anyway, my opponent will bench a Cernias and another Spritzy and Sacrum. Outrage Sacrum, which I have to be careful of. And right here, I don't know why he wanted to attach that rainbow energy into that Sacrum. That means 30 damage, and that is not close to knocking out my Lugia. And if he's not careful enough, that will be giving me two prizes in a very free way, because he will get to a point where even Thunderous will be able to knock out that Sacrum. So I really do not concur with that decision. I know he's afraid of Lugia, but I don't think that is the way to do that, especially if you're running Aromatisse, because that means you can move all the energy you need at the right moment. There is no reason to play that defensively at this moment. The game is just starting, and you are facing Plasma. Plasma with Lugia. You cannot play that defensively because Lugia will eat you alive. So anyway, my opponent attaches a second rainbow energy. I don't know why, but he does. So right here, I really didn't want to get rid of this hand. I really did not want to. And it's so sad to do this. Well, anyway, I will use that Ultra Ball, and right here I'm thinking that I can mess with my opponent a little if I'm able to get my Genesect EX out and use Red Signal to do evil things to my opponent, and that's what I'm planning to do right here. So I play that Juniper and I get the Muscle Band that I needed. That's great because this regular Cobalion is gone. And I'm sorry, here comes the Sacrum. and that Zekrom will be doing lots of damage. And if my opponent gets a Pokemon catcher, I will really not like that. So let's see what he decides to do. He goes for a Terrakion, and that is interesting because looks like my opponent is playing a some kind of retaliation game, which at the moment I really don't like, to be honest, because yeah, you will try to kill my Thunderous with your Terrakion, but my Lugia with your Zekrom, but my Lugia will be taking lots of prizes on you. And yeah, you don't really have the chance to get the proper attacker when you need it. So that's why I really don't like this kind of plays. I think it was much better to maybe go for Geomancy, and just like that, two Rainbow Energies are gone. He only needs one energy of any kind of energy, to be honest, to retaliate and get rid of my Thunderous. But Lugia will take another two prizes, then he will have no answer to Lugia, and that will be game. So that is not a good plan. And now my opponent realizes that the best thing he can do is go for Geomancy, which he needed to do a couple of turns ago. Yeah. So right here, I'm thinking, okay, I really don't want to get in. I want to check my deck, and right here I'm only thinning my deck out because I want to be able to use Genesect at least once. That I think that will be my best thing to do. And right here, I really don't want to get rid of all these hands. Look at that. No, I just cannot do that. Even when getting rid of 2 energy will be amazing, no. So I decide to attach that DC into Lugia, and now I can retreat and these Cernias will be going down. I can even max potion my Thunderous EX, and even if he knocks out this Lugia by any weird mean, we can tell Rainbow Energy, Prism Energy, Fairy Transfer, and Outrage, and Bolt Strike? I have not used Sacrum in such a long time that I have no idea really what Sacrum attack is, second attack, because I know first attack is Outrage. And since you want to attack with that Sacrum, it's much better for you to attach the energy into your either Spritzy, Aromatisse, so your Pokemon don't get any unnecessary damage. Well, anyway, right here I will go for my escape rope, and he has to fodder something. In this case, he decides that Spritz is the thing that he needs the less, and I will be able to take the 2 prizes right here because I can easily retreat and get rid of that. So that was the power of Lugia, the overwhelming Lugia against Spritzy and his friends. Seriously guys, if you're facing a deck that takes prizes as fast as Plasma does, you don't play defensively. You don't have the chance to do that. You have to go all out and you have to kill things. That's the only way you can win this kind of game. So with that in mind, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to see more content, and I will see you guys next time.